There's a bite. Oh, I just felt a tick. Welcome back to another episode of Bassin with Capt Lou, bank fishing edition. Over my shoulder, you're gonna see a canal. But the cool part about this video, it's the first time I've been in this canal. I have passed through this area for years. I'm in another county. I'm in Broward County, actually. And I've seen this system every time I pass through this area, and I've always been curious how it fishes. So what better to bring you guys along and show you guys how I break down new waters. Stick around. So I wanted to share with you guys what I bring along with me. I bring a couple of packs of Senkos, some flukes, just in case I may want to do some topwater stuff, and a pack of hooks. As you guys can see there, they're extra wide gap 4-aught hooks. Other stuff that you guys will see me bring as well is a scale. You always want to have a scale just in case you come across a giant. I also have a rag, a pair of pliers, and most importantly, I have a hat and a good pair of polarized glasses. All right, let's go. FYI, first thing I checked for is no fishing signs, and there weren't any. I do see that there is a gate separating these businesses over here, so obviously I won't be going through there. I'm not the type of guy, I don't want to look for trouble. So if you guys are looking for some excitement as far as getting kicked out from fishing, that's not my channel. So I won't be going over there. So I have this whole system over here. It's not a big system. As you guys can see, it's not a big system, but it has some interesting things. For example, it has nice live green vegetation. Okay, I see some hydrilla out there. And then I also see a hydrilla line over there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I see some pencil reeds over here, some big pencil reeds. That's interesting. I see a pipe over there. So I'll make a mental note of that pipe. Okay. The bank is low, but it doesn't look like it's been cut or maintained for a while, so I have a bunch of this high grass. So I see this high grass. It's not my favorite because critters can hide in there. Alligators could hide in there. Snakes definitely could hide in there. So I gotta make a mental note of that. So what I like doing is I like coming during one of the brightest parts of the day. Today is a little cloudy, but with a good hat and polarized glasses, I can look out into the water and see what I can, and see what's available as far as structure and cover. What I can tell you is that there's a bunch of minnows along the grass, which is a good sign because that's a food source. There's a bunch of minnows swimming around. The one thing that has caught my eye for sure is that culvert over there. That's a culvert. And by the looks of it, I think there may be another canal on the other side of that. So that's pretty good. I'm also looking for signs of other fishermen when I'm walking around. So since I'm in a warehouse type of area, I see littering and debris and stuff like that. And when I got here, I saw another fisherman here as well. So I mean, the area does get fish. It's not like it's a secluded spot. So let's see. Oh, this is a good landing spot. This is a good landing spot. Looking to see if there's any footprints of any other people. There's birds, wading bird footprints. Okay, onward. I can tell you that the bank is very misleading. There's a lot of pockets in the grass, twisting my ankle a lot. Don't like that. So I'm looking around. I see a lot of vegetation. But what I'm thinking is, let's assume I catch myself a nice, pretty big bass. My question is, how am I gonna land it with the outfit that I have? So by taking this into account, I have this little trail right here. I got this trail right here that if I were to land a fish, I gotta bring it all the way around and bring it right through this trail here. So these are things that I have to keep in mind when fishing a new place is landing locations. And the outfit that I'm gonna be fishing with today is a Dobbins 734 Sierra rod on a Metanium DC reel, 14-pound mono. And like I mentioned, I'll be starting with a stickworm. All right, let's see how this trip goes. So for those of you that know me, yes, this location screams frog. I mean, look at the mats all the way around. That screams frog for me, but I didn't come equipped for frog because again, this is a scouting trip. So if I were to visit this location again, my setup will be a little bit differently, which will allow me to fish for frogs. But like I said, I'm starting off with a stick bait because a stick bait is pretty universal. I could use a stick bait on top of that mat. I could use it below the surface. I just want to get a feel of the area, if it's worth returning or not. Let's check out this culvert. Let me get a little closer. Culverts are our deal spots. So like I was saying, oh, I got a hit. I just got a tick. So anyways, like I was saying, a culvert's an ideal spot because a culvert is an adjoining piece of structure, meaning there's another canal over on the other side. And this canal, by the looks of it, it's a big canal that runs north-south. But from what I could see here, it says no trespassing, so I won't mess with that canal system over there. But anyways, based on the wind, if there's current coming through here, if there's a current coming through there, a wind current, that opening of that culvert should hold something, or they should be laying around here because of that culvert and the wind blowing the bait fish through that area. I'm fishing my stick bait weightless because I want to keep it as natural as possible. On the plus side, it will move through this vegetation a lot easier weightless than with a weight. Because if I had a weight stuck on here, I'm going to be pulling up a lot of grass. So I'm just lazily swimming the stick bait above all the little pockets that I see of grass and seeing if maybe bass are sitting somewhere. All right, so I fished that culvert for a few minutes and I didn't catch anything, or I didn't get anything else besides that one tick. My feet are not loving this bank though. It's very misleading with this grass. It's very uneven. So since there is an extended mat that comes out on the opposite side of the bank, I'm doing very long casts. I'm actually aiming for the bank, and then I'm swimming the stick bait over the mat and then letting it fall behind that wall, just to test to see if they're holding back there or whatnot. We'll see. And as you guys can see, it's like a steady mat, and then it has like a pocket. So I'm gonna be focusing my attention in these pockets to see if anything is sitting along that vegetation line. I usually talk about taking long parallel casts, but as you guys can see, that's a pretty tough thing to do because of this vegetation. You see that? Those are dried up little like bushes or trees or whatnot. Mono and braid love getting tangled up inside that stuff. So I can't take long bombing parallel casts, but look how pretty that bank is with all those points. I would love to cast parallel in there and fish those points. It's just, unfortunately, the bank is not allowing me to do that. There's a bite. Oh, I just felt a tick, but he quickly let it go. In our waters, that could mean different things. I can't tell you if that was a bass or not. There's another tick. Let it go again. Good little pop. A good little pop. A nice strong tick. Considering the distance, I felt that tick all the way to my hand. I just felt but didn't pick it up. So it may be some sort of cichlid or a tilapia or a little bass that's just messing with the tail. Who knows? So one thing I can say with 100% confidence is this system does not lack vegetation. But I'm telling you once again that my feet are not liking this bank. Oh, just felt something. Oh, I just felt another tick. Oh, I don't know if the camera caught that, but there was a flash right there of a bass feeding. Let's see if he'll hit this worm right here. I just saw a bunch of minnows jump and a flash. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm so far away from the edge of the vegetation line to here with monofilament to try to land a fish in the event I catch one. And on top of that, this angle right here is really torturing my ankles. So what I'm gonna do is I found another system, or I saw another system on the drive over that's also new to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out that spot. So this area, what did I like as I walked to my car? I liked the vegetation that it had to offer. Okay, it had hydrilla, had different types of green vegetation, which is always good. Okay, the water is relatively clean. That's a plus. Okay, the question is, will I come back here again to fish it? The answer is no. I won't come back here again to fish it because I don't like this bank. Those little indentations are deeper than what you think, and my ankles do not like that. And I'm not gonna roll an ankle just to demonstrate. So I don't like it. The other thing I don't like is the overbrush here. They haven't maintained this system. I don't like this here. Me personally, I don't like standing in there or fishing in that stuff. Your lures get tangled inside that. Snakes or gators or whatnot could be sitting in there. So unfortunately, I'm gonna give this spot a thumbs down for my liking. All right, before I leave, I wanna show you guys something. You guys see this ditch that runs over there? That's drainage. That's a drainage. This is a drainage ditch for us. And it runs like that. You see that grate? Okay. And then that is gonna run underneath our feet. And then, if you look closely, if you look very closely, there is the culvert for the drainage, okay? And sure enough, there's a whole school of minnows right there. So if you guys are fishing in urban areas and you guys come across canals that are close to businesses, look for these drainage ditches because these are interesting little areas for current and stuff like that, especially after rain. And fish may congregate there because of the stuff that may be being pushed out. So I'm at the other location. So one thing you're gonna quickly see is the density of the vegetation is a lot different here. I mean, we have a hydrilla line and some of that moss grass and stuff like that. But I don't see minnows, I don't see brim swimming around. I did see a mullet jump around a little while ago. I can tell you that the bank is friendlier to my ankles, even though it does look steeper. It has that step down. But as far as pockets in the grass and stuff, it's a lot more friendlier for me to walk on. So I'm gonna be heading back to my car. But I'll talk to you guys along the way. Unfortunately, didn't catch anything. It is what it is. Especially in new locations, you don't know what to expect. There could be a whole host of reasons why I didn't get anything. But I can tell you that the vegetation was good. The banks were relatively, the second location's bank was a lot better than the first location, that I can tell you. Again, vegetation, again, I keep saying vegetation because that's the first thing that stood out. The area was clean. There wasn't that many hazards compared to some of my other fishing areas closer to home, broken glass and all that kind of stuff. Like I mentioned, the water is clean, but it's clean of debris. These type of areas keep their waterways pretty clean. I mean, I didn't see any, I mean, you guys may laugh at this, but I didn't see any couches or any air conditioners or shopping carts or stuff like that in the water. Again, you guys laugh at me mentioning these things, but it's very common in our Miami urban canals to find these things. That's what I call the man-made cover, because we have a lot of man-made structures and cover in our canals, but this system over here is relatively clean. Will I fish this system again? Maybe. If I want to try something different and really break it apart, I'll come back out here and check it out. But in the meantime, hopefully you guys got something out of the video. Like the video, share the video, better yet, just subscribe and become part of this community. I would really appreciate it. If you guys go ahead and look up into your corners, over here and over here are two videos that I think will complement this one as far as stick worms and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy those videos as well. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thanks for watching.